Charlie Daybreak, make we chop small. Delight Cocoa.
Delight Cocoa, the authentic, original taste of African porridge. Available in all African and Caribbean shops. Delight Cocoa.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
All right, about SBTV Africa. So, and then Friday, thank God it's Friday, 5:30 GMT sharp. Wise Man Solicitors, lawyer Wisdom Akaho, unim say every Fridays be an meneneba 5:30 be an nene. Hey, Matter they happen, things they happen for UK. And they become UK in Sensem. Home Office, you see a chink for airport tankasa. Kofo use format in Sensem. You chink for ankasa. Udu airport, everyone udu wankasa unim says, what do you say we udu airport? Then they see. Hey! Menelo Wisdom Akao Wise Man Solicitors, and then Obechemo, the Obamamu update, the ACC. They are deporting Crawford. They are chin Crawford. Near so we very important because the program we know. Many on same found share my own share or the share link no unim the web no show Facebook or show a YouTube page SBTV Africa or the share link like a bebobi. Our programs will be a bebo. Oko UK unim ni obey. Empo UK so near so we. Wow. When I want to say, if DJ Jam, like, share, tap, subscribe for our drink, comment section, or question, be able to obisa, lawyer, obetimi, ebisano, or the better comment section, or just type your time in the swan, made the better screen, so now, can kayamamu, but make sure so the bebantem, and yes, I'll be train, I have a pon, now do questions, beba, into will be able to obisana, no obisano. Into my main straight time, lawyer Wisdom Akaho. Wise Man Solicitors, Embra, Aumano. So, lawyer,
DJ,
hey, Togbe, F1,
F1.
Hey, my phone, Nana was studio Biana.
Nene, DJ.
Who was studio Biana?
Me was Studio B. You was Studio B. What's up for Studio A? Wow.
Yeah, me my back Studio A. And then my back Studio A. Now, lawyer. And then me know about my Wise Man Solicitors. So me say every Friday biano. Yes, our program was our first time now. SBTV Africa Sona. Ocean no. Yandie. So I may see a program see we new. I know I call a YouTube channel. No, I subscribe. Was a video in the pa any amount for din come over so by a show so I bet me about to be a share story. But way segment where there every Friday be at the Bremo, you have a chairman here, the mamu in some Nyama Koso. Fela. Lawyer, then I Koso, home office sitting. How much chain? How much deporting? Then Abba,
Yo, DJ, good evening. And it's you for now, so yeah, evening. I'd like to give happy Christmas way ahead of time until we'll be a fish up and that 24th of November. I think a week today. Not yes, I'm say yeah, quite into December. Until the radio said what she and Susama and then so abatuye. Yo, yeah, well with him. Ukro we mudie say well buy recently one say send nyama at say. Had here. Yeah, na amumrano and not SSA. I am a more unwritten constitution, and to make me a coda and ne. Sorry, a channel, not just a Omagrian Sissa, not Emrano, Yes, briefly, when I'm say, by virtue of the free movement, and in fact, the way the UK allows people in and out, sometimes a minimum should take advantage of the system. I don't say, yeah, now they want to be a bit strict on particularly immigration system. Recently, Matissa, Minister, what to say, Secretary of State for the Home Department, Secretary of State, no, Home Office Secretary, no, she's been fired because yes, because look, it's a very, very delicate position. Now, one handle in a year will come and be over here, no, one shall not. Abrofo dear, fat for again, yes, one touch, chuku, say, you if you and say, or no, now she was being hard on immigration, but somehow now Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister, said they be sending all corner, and yeah, dear, a bebwa, and see where you know if you hold it. For people proud about Mr. Cleverly and our dear with you. Now, on also the say no about ye nim senia on any policies no ebe corner. But as we speak, and now I can say near air cost no na me pese me di etudwa. First of all, my name is what is a Supreme Court a year decision about the removal and taking of people to Rwanda for asylum seekers for processing. Supreme Court a year decision said they be Monteme Emfa Obia Enko Rwanda because Rwanda no legal system no and yet so robust and yet texted to the extent say umudi nkrofo call for processing and yet guaranteed say omo emfa nipa no emfa nko back to the country a kura wo fi so I know your friend refoulement. Refoulement means the forceful removal of a person back to a country where they are fleeing from persecution. In other words, obi efi krobi so ebia wodwane efi bibi ho ano ntina wodwane abeto a UK has me pe asylum. Now aside the go back to Rwanda. UK Supreme Court they say Rwanda system is not so robust to the extent that they will not return the person to a crime office and then they're friend of reforming. I don't say it is unlawful, say your home office, your prime minister, and the government to take anybody to Rwanda for processing. It is an excellent news. Which I say the courts in the United Kingdom they are not afraid of anybody. Senior Mranoteno, and Nona, Eya, Omuka. We are Prime Minister, we are Dion, we are Dion, near Emranoteno, Sana Ombakano, and Tisa Krupu Probisua. The judiciary is afraid of the executive, etc. And the executive, Nikantra Womono, and Nona Omuye, UK, dear, Ubuakra, the Supreme Court, they are on their own, near Emrano Kano, and no. Ɛna ɔmo ɛyɛ ɛno
na lawyer pese ekɔ me ntwa ano so pese ekɔ Rwanda ka enji visa yebetimi akɔ Rwanda
exactly
na ye Rwanda na ye pese ekɔ Rwanda una be ma ekwa se mra okum na kwa ekɔ Rwanda
baby
ye nim say Rwanda wa na ya paw ne aba okum uchi ewia wo so ne eba Rwanda
and you call Rwanda, and you can play from your crew, near call Rwanda straight. And you're afraid near UK, and I would near call Rwanda. Say, Omusha said, I saw now you're claiming a genuine son almost signed the amber back to UK. And the Supreme Court said, David. And Murana Mufaso de amount for Nidino, and Nimra Kramonti, Yempenisu. And to the Supreme Court, the independence of the court in the UK has stood their ground. Yeah, because the judges have independence of thought. They are independent thinkers. You have to tell them what to do. They are independent people. They are not moved about, they are not pushed about, they are not cajoled, they are not persuaded by anybody regarding your money or your influence in politics. They don't care. They are people almost idea they make their own decisions. So the judges, the Supreme Court says you cannot take anybody to Rwanda. That is excellent news. And check, and the Prime Minister's decision by and also they are also going to push ahead with whatever they want to do, and we are just waiting. Meaning, sir, it will go back to court. If it is against the rules of the decision, the court, it will go back to court. So it's going to go in cycles, in cycles, in cycles until possibly either the government will change or some other policy will come. And the way things are looking, nobody can say with certainty until say Home Office, if they decide to take any additional action, will know exactly what to say. So that is that. The good news is nobody is going to be removed to Rwanda. Number two, application fees. No, we have said that they were due to increase, but somehow they brought a date. The date now with the and we know it had passed, but certain fees did not change. But from the 16th of January 2024, the IHS Immigration Health Surcharge is going to go up to £2,587 50 a p. That is going to be the immigration health surcharge. That is going to go up. And to all application be SSF we are, then you must as well do it now before it changes. And yes, sir, the changes will affect you, and you have to pay the huge increment in the fee. So that is for the IHS. Now let's come down to the topic of the day, which is very, very important to me. DJ now saying nipa bebree, few people, especially omo yiyu mra ase, and omo so wo under this tier 2 health and care worker visa. Listen, we have realized that those particularly who are on the EU route, be our worry EU name, we really are now EU name. Now, sir, of course, would they know when you took 5 years visitors, 5 years residence permit application, and now limited leave to remain. Then, if you what to quine now, now, baby, so questions to be sure, sir. Was sitting on a ampa and is a genuine relationship. Now, the experience we are having and what we are saying these days is, in fact, I did na aba, jana assign ababium. And the problem we are having is, say, a binum do Heathrow ha and now do any of the airports. Now, you be some questions about urinal and now they don't seem to have some ideas. Now, it is natural that you may not know every single thing about your spouse. That is true. But some basic questions or basic things you cannot afford not to know. Example, Yebisa will say, near recently, BCSC, Yebisa will be say, Ukuno, Uyirino, or Kromhana, or see David Mirino, Uni Kromha. Now, what was say Uni Uyiri ete? Now, Adia Uyiri at to Quine Poor. Sɛ ɛnsɛ sɛ woka sɛ ɔnti ekurom ha ɛnsɛ sɛ woka sɛ ɔwɔ ha nanso wɔtu kwan nanso ɔkɔkaa sɛ ɔne ekurom ha ɛna ebisa ne sɛ ofi kurom ha na ɛyɛ how many months ne ɛna ɔkɔbɔ bebree so sɛ wɔfi akora no na akyɛ ɛna immigration officers ne ka sɛ okay sɛ saa na ɛte a ɔbaa no ɛnka sɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔti kurom ha but ɔnti ha nti wasitira na ye dia ma ono e kire se esese ye atwam na omudi visa ne visa na we the residence card na omudi ma no omo e cancel ye is been cancelled afei na yesan edi court to argue or to fight for him to get back his leave to remain as a family member of an EU national. As a matter of fact, na ne yiri no owokrom ha but otu kwan no Ena Okoche Kakra because certain other things developed. I am sir Okoye for a funeral, but I am sir sister so esa eyare and ti osi or cheng ama ne sister ho aton ansana wo beto me assign ababak. unfortunately ne kunu no one ma explanation no sanche and ma omo revoke na asetena no. So that is the problem. Not once, not twice, recently, and no and air course. So into ya make us say, please, say bibi sa over to kwaya. Anyway, you're in a moon cassa, say, bibinti, namonti, and momumpo, ewo, bibia, and tiasia, any jumampoa. Moon cassa, na, and tiasia, any juma. At least, a bayam poa, omra airport ho, and bambishao, set, mikunu eba, na upi, fimu na kyerɛ sɛ mobɛtumi atoa mo ntɔkwa no so na biribiara ayɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ but ɛnte saa a na wombisa wo questions ɛwɔ ha na woantumi amma wo anoyi a it means that you will either be detained and removed or they will cancel your leave to remain or your limited leave to remain afei na yɛde bɛkɔ court to argue for you to get your leave back, which is going to be a lot of financial expenses on you. So that is one. The other one here, the other category, the tier 2 skilled worker visa nusu. One, sir, skilled worker visa nusu, nase, wunya ejuma anawune the employer na enka wune no esesa mo ye ejuma no wune enye ejuma ebetumi affect so wuto kwan na se oba na ɔmo bisa questions na wantumi anyi ano a ɛbɛ affect wasitina no ɔmbɛtumi atwam a ɔmo ɛmma wo ɛmba back to the UK. So that is that. Recently, a few of those things have taken place, and please also be in the know of what is actually taking place. And also, sir, in fact, my name is Sky News recently. Ebinumu are reported to the Home Office, sir. Reported to the Home Office, sir. In fact, there was an interview. Reported, sir. Employers, the Omaba, Krumha, Omunya, Ejuma, Enye, Ebinumu to on properties. Now, Omudia Bakrum has some Baba Yejuma as care workers. Omubayan, Ejuma, Enihonti, Ama, they are stranded. Ebinsu. They go to other care homes knocking on their doors that they are looking for work to do. And these people are being recorded and is being passed on to the Home Office. And as I say, and yes, sir, opportunity now, Abba, set among for me about Yejumano. We are share ye ni binti, ye ni yenunti, ye betchum, not as I said, Obia and Medium. It's unfortunate. Then people turn around to exploit it. Na ama affecting obia. And yeah, na we are employer. Now when say we need juma, Mr. Menko emfa ejuma enkoma obia say oberman ejuma obedu he we need juma. That is dishonesty. You are being dishonest. And yet we need juma, menfa obia emma embe stranded ewo ekrumha. That is not being honest. When Obi catch me recently said, now just another boy foot to the extent it was when it was who are 20 in Yemen or the Abercrombie, and as I say, no one yet and yet continue to rent, continue every year, and so stranded. And no, just out of a buffono or say, we are not said, me do ko fa baby, and say me do far, you will cast me to wedding because what one bomb a po, wedding me so and so, my bedroom ha. Wonye nea ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ sɛ mede wokɔfa baabi a na yɛ sɛ nipa ɛnyɛ nanso wo na wayɛ ama nea ɛkɔ so no ɛkɔ so nti mesrɛ mo mempɛ sɛ obi bɛdi obi bɛfa baabi a kotifoɔ home office foɔ bɛrevoke mu license ɛne nea keka ho no nti yɛsrɛ mo a wonni adwuma a wonni adwuma mɛmfa obi a ɛma ne ɛmɛyɛ stranded in the UK. Yɛsrɛ mo. Then number 3, COS, Certificate of Sponsorship. Ebinom nso me wɔ decisions mmiɛnsa bi a ɛmudi abrɛme a yɛ refuse on application because na obi ɛwɔ edwuma mu hɔ a na nka ɔne ho tumi sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔ issue certificate of sponsorship a wakɔ doctor wayɛ bibi fake bi ɔde number bi ahyehyɛ hɔ a ɔde ma obi a menim sɛ of course bibi sisansa ɛna ɔde certificate ma no. Nipa nso onim sɛ ɛnyɛ fake a ɔde akɔyɛ application. Ɔde kɔyɛ application na home office for say we have done our checks and the who say certificate now with the abano and yeah papa and non yen yabano 10 years from coming to the UK because you've used fake documents. In fact, fake documents and a false document if you use a false document, it will go against you and you'll be banned from coming to the UK for 10 years. And until Mr. Obi Emma certificate via COS, one kasa do your own checks. Do your own checks. Go online and check the telephone number the employer claims they have, call that line and let them find out. You can also find out if the whether it's a genuine company. Go online to the site, Home Office website, and check if they have the right code. Check if they are proper employers. Go to the skilled worker list. Let's check if they are on that list at all. Now, if they are on that list, you would know, and you would know whether they are issuing you a genuine certificate. If not, Obi, Eddie, Wanang, Usika Bedrananka, na sese, where near answers, oh yeah, or near answers or the mouth, na Ube, Ukoya application na, where I am from mouth, and I won't suit your banner for 10 years. If you are na a quaffle be a quack be a mouth, Ube Faso Eddie Aba UK. But because Obi Ankan Ukraine and Chilawante, then you'll be banned for 10 years from coming to the UK. So please do your own checks. Let us stop passing the buck to other people to do things for us. Let us be responsible for our own travel arrangements. So Obi Ebwa Wankasa do a little bit of research. Eya na DJ Nyami Timika said, Wankasa read something, find out something, do something. Do a bit of research. Don't just leave everything in the hands of other people to do for you. Ehonona mistakes no eya ebala. So please be proactive. Do some research yourself. Go online. Everything is online. For now, you can do your own little research on your phone. Don't just sit down and ask people to do everything for you. That is where the problems arise. Be proactive, do your own little research. So be in the area, make your own little research, and that helps you to make a very informed decision. And yes, sir, you'll find yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be. So let's go to our main for the day. The Home Office, since generations, have always been proactive or been very serious on immigration cases. Now, almost say they have to control immigration. And different immigration control. They have to control immigration. So, be a gate everybody is going to flock into the UK and is going to put stress on their social system. The NHS is going to be overstretched because too many people are using it and they don't have the resources to maintain it. They may not. Number two, the schools will be inundated with people in a particular area and omunya enough schools for the children. And as the schools no home poor, the class sizes may increase. In the class at Enka Abia, 15 people everyone because in also in that area and you may have 25, 30 people in one class, which is what is not supposed to be. Of course, housing, because in Crawford, but more, it will demand more housing. And also, they don't have the facilities to build all of this. And also, the pressure to their housing provisions. So, because of some of this, the Home Office wants to control immigration so that there is not too much influx at the same time, which will put stress and pressure on their social facilities and the system. And nothing a year, controlling immigration. And nothing a year, they control immigration a lot by refusing applications or making the law a bit difficult so that not everybody can come in. And nothing a year said, once in a while, only be opportunities be to set this health and care construction is animally to what we should not abuse it, but we should rather use it to as in accordance with the rules and regulations and the laws. not to abuse it. Now, sir, Home Office, one of the primary objectives is to control immigration. Therefore, sir obi eba UK, na sir wama ewo emra kwan so a, they have the right to remove the person. They have the right to remove the person because woba no, wodi, niente ase wo se woba no, enye emra kwan, ana wamfa emra kwan so na waba. Besides that, there are other sectors and other bases on which say obiba UK ha na wanye nea ɛsɛ sɛ ɔyɛ a, they can still remove you. One, say obiba with visitors visa. Na sɛ wɔbaeɛ no ne visa no ewu na wankɔ te sɛnea ɔkaeɛ sɛ meba a mɛsan akɔ no a, sɛ ɛba saa a ɔmo bɛtumi sɛ ɔmo nsa sɔ mu a, they would remove you from the UK. First of all, sɛ ɔmo nsa sɔ mu a, ɔmo de wobɛkɔ detention. Detention no, ɛhɔ no, they will process you to be removed from the UK. Ɛyɛ ade a ɔmo da so ɛyɛ no ɛnɛ a meka sɛ, it's been going on, it's still going on, and it will still keep going on. And to sɛ wowɔ kurom ha with visitors visa, na wankɔ back, na wo visit visa no ewu a, if immigration encounters you, they can arrest you, they can take you to detention, and then they can remove you. That is one. Now, biribi wɔ hɔ a yɛfrɛ no immigration bail. Immigration bail ne sɛ wonni asetena ɛwɔ UK. Wo visa ne wu, wonni asetena. Nanso, ɛnyɛ ade a yɛde wo ɛrekɔ sese a, ɛno nti ɛyɛ a be reporting kɔ police station anakɔ immigration center kɔkɔ reporting. Baako wɔ London Bridge hɔ, ebi nso wɔ Croydon Electric House, ɛna baako nso wɔ te sɛ nea na baako wɔ Old Street. Bayɛm sɛ Old Street deɛ no, ɔmo ato ɛno mu. And then nea ɛwɔ London Bridge in London, I'm not too sure if that is still operational, but Croydon deɛ no deɛ menim sɛ ɛda so ɛyɛ adwuma. Mɛtumi aka kyerɛ sɛ go and be reporting. Nti mɛtumi akɔ once, twice, 3 times, maybe one day wobɛkɔ no mɛka kyerɛ sɛ tena ase. Yɛba, we want to ask you some questions. Wanhwɛ a na ɔmafrɛ Ghana High Commission. Ebi some questions sɛ saa nipa yi ɔse ɔyɛ Ghanani anaa ɔyɛ application bi da, ɔde Ghana passport ɛna ɛde yɛyɛ. Sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde ne kɔ Ghana, nti ne visa ne passport ne wu, nti mo issue no travel certificate anaa mo issue ne passport ma yɛn na yɛmfa ne ɛnkɔ back to the country. Ɛyɛ a sɛ ɛba ne saa a, the Ghana High Commission would then have to investigate and make sure say ampa nipa ne yɛ Ghanani anaa ekuro foforɔ so ni ɛna ɔsi ɔyɛ Ghanani. Nti ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛfrɛ mu a na Ghana High Commission is straight away in a hurry to issue travel certificate or passport to them to take you out. The Ghana High Commission also has to be very sure say saa nipa yi a ɔsi ɔyɛ Ghanani no ampa ɔyɛ Ghanani ampa anaa ɔnyɛ Ghanani a, they would never ever issue the passport or travel certificate for the person to be removed from the UK. And no one there, I can praise the Ghana High Commission for that. They are doing very, very well with that. They will not issue a travel certificate or a passport if they are not satisfied. Sanipe, even though Orca Tree, and Orca Ever, and Orca Gan, the fact that Obiti Ever, and Orca Can, and just or a Ghanaian, the Ghana High Commission will investigate and be sure that Nipani Ghanaian and Sana they may make a decision. So we thank the Ghana High Commission for that they are all working in the interest of Ghanaians. Number 2, say obey the spouse visa and a barrier, who worry na wo barrier. Na ebia bibinti aware ne ankoso biom na ntiase anya adwuma na se oba no ana obaema no eko touch the Home Office se aware no anya adwuma nti wa me ana papa me ne eni ho biom a Home Office for will normally notify you say ukunu ana wo yiri e the notice about say relationship is broken down and to see ho na fi krom ha ana within 60 days you have to switch into another category. So one says and now one switch it to another category. Near home office bet me I say after days now with the amount no. Bet me aba ufie, bet me aba arrest you. Immigration raid, bet me aba fie. So bet me also chiwa, bet me do detention. From detention again, they'll process you and take you back to your country. So we are our waba nasa relationship na break it down. You quickly have to find another alternative in accordance with the law and switch to that category. One yen is nasa visa ni wu asitna ni wu kra, and yet you will have a lot of problems. You have a lot of problems if the home office encounters you. So that is that. So relationship need break it down. Please ask a lawyer how you can switch to another category. Otherwise, set as it you will be in a difficult situation with the home office if they encounter you. Number three, obia odi student visa aba UK. Wonim sɛ woba no woba abɛkɔ school wobɛduruiɛ no bibi nti wontumi ankɔ school no ebia wo uncle a ɔma promise sɛ motua school fees na ma wo no the nneɛma asesa adwuma no ɛnkɔ so biom a whole lot of things have gone bad and the business is totally out and he is not able to support you again financially ɛno nti wontumi ankɔ school no wontumi ankɔ school no na ebia what business school no mpo sɛ they should give you some support. School no so they don't have any support. And I what business say, can you give me a payment plan? Sika as I say me channel within 1 year no. Most pen in 2 installments. Can you make it 4 or 5 installments for me? Na me channel in bit. Eh bia na school no because David enya ade a ye betumi aye. E kyerɛ sɛ wo student visa no want me and school no, they will inform the home office when to me and school. And because of that, now they would cancel your leave to remain as a student. Now, so I'm going to cancel not want to me and switch it to another category. In that case, say home office encounters, remember, sir, they would have your address. Address now also no, the home office will have it because we did say your application, the home office will probably have your address. The university will have your address on the records. And if they pass your address to the home office, and I'll make sometimes the student hostel, so they may not, you may not be in the hostel. But if the home office finds out, maybe through your bank, that you have an address, if they encounter you, you can be arrested and you can be detained. And detained means you can also be processed and taken out of the country. Now, what happens is, so called detention, where ɛnyɛ adeɛ mbɛgya wo sɛ bra bɛpaake wo nneɛma ansa na wakɔ wofi detention hɔ na sɛ ɔmode wo kɔ a ɛneɛ from there yɛde wo kɔ airport from the airport wode kɔ kotoka ɛna wakɔ akɔtena ɛhɔ wɔmmerɛ a wonyanya wo plan sɛ you coming to stay you going back to Ghana and that is it ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛkɔ so I keep saying that it is going on today as I'm speaking. The home office is arresting and the home office is removing people to Ghana and other countries. They are removing people to Ghana and other countries. So please be mindful of this and know that the Home Office is serious about immigration control and they are removing people to their country. And to don't do anything that would expose you to arrest, detention, and removal. Don't do anything that will expose you to Home Office arrest, immigration arrest, detention, and removal. So if you're a student, you didn't go to the school, and you can seek legal advice either at the Citizens Advice Bureau and now before then from a lawyer, they will let you know exactly what you're supposed to do, and on that basis, you'll be able to advise yourself either to switch to another category or not. Unfortunately, students cannot switch to the health and care worker route or to the worker route now because of the abuse of the system, and the Home Office had to change the policy immediately. They changed it. They didn't even give any window period of 28 days for people to make any applications. It was effective from the very date they announced it. So that is what it is. So don't expose yourself to in a situation where the Home Office will encounter you, detain you, remove you, and take you back to Ghana. So do what you are supposed to do. Seek legal advice. They are removing people, they are deporting people as I am speaking. The next thing is if you have any form of valid visa at all, maybe 2.5 years based on upapa and umame, sorry, 2.5 years based on uba and uyiri and ukunu. Not said, unfortunately, relationship no went to me and renew the application again. You are unable to extend your leave again on the 2.5 years. Not visa no expire. That means you have become an overstayer in the UK. Now, once you overstay, it means you are in the UK unlawfully and not illegally. Once that happens, wasitana will become a problem. Of course, you are wasitana there and see once you don't extend and your visa expires, then you of course have become a person who have overstayed. Then the Home Office can remove you and take you back to your country. They can remove you and take you back to your country. Another aspect and is sir, we bibi, wo ebia wa sitina nanso why bibi nka answer sir we and then the Home Office can also revoke your leave or revoke your visa. They are able to remove you from the UK. They are able to remove you from the UK. So that is some of the basis on which the Home Office currently, as I am speaking, they are removing people, they are arresting people, removing people, and taking them out of the UK. And so wotie me and our take near Americana, so UK, when you sit na, wonni asetena, would visit visa and a buyer, visa newu, you have decided to stay in. Mr. Seek legal advice. I would not advise anybody to stay in the UK without a valid leave because it is not safe. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Some time ago, they were raiding barber shops. I'm going to make up barbering shops, go and round them up. Now much could be a crater. They were raiding car wash bases. I'm point to point. Not wash cars, no. Not ready ho. Only as it's now. They take you to detention and then they remove you. Clothing shops, maybe I'm into money, local markets, no, I'm going to make train stations, I'm going to make area rates. So we would advise, and I would advise, I will insist that Sewonia Sitna, Sewubisane, for whatever reasons, if you can, please seek legal advice immediately. Do not wait until something happens before you are seeking legal advice. So that is what I will say for today. Now, I want to distinguish between removal and deportation. Removal and deportation. Removal normally if you overstay your visa, your leave to remain, etc., etc., your student visa, your visit visa, your spousal visa, your parent visa, etc., etc. And no, you overstay those visas. And no, your friend of removal mostly. But you see, deportation that has a connotation with criminal conviction. Criminal conviction. Now, something small can lead to a huge problem. I'll give you an example. There was a time, some time back, na obi a menim no, ofru bus. Did you ofru bus? I went to the bus fare. Offer the inside door, I said that we had the long ones at the time, it was those long buses. You can enter from any of the doors. He went in the next stop, and ticket inspectors about on. Ɔmo said when wɔntua ticket no bus fare no, ɛno nti ɔmo detain no, ɔmo de no kɔ police station. Nyame na dom no enka yɛde ne kɔ back to ne kurom. I think is it Sierra Leone or so. Nka yɛde ne ɛkɔ hɔ because na wɔntua and ɔmo bisa no sɛ na oni asetena nso. Nyame a ɛdom no sɛ na ne partner no ɔwɔ ba the partner ɛwɔ ba nti yɛ define the partner no ɛne ne ba no so ɛma ansa na ɔnya n'asetena ɛwɔ kuma ɛnka saa obi sɛ no yɛde no ɛrekɔ now that is the removal as I was talking about but deportation has to do with criminal offences now in the UK sɛ obi ɛwɔ foreign passport if you're a foreigner now when you're born if you're driving offense you're finding you do a serious driving offense you're finding to court maybe you've caused some serious injury to somebody and they take you to court and you are fined or you are even imprisoned because of as a result of whatever you have done either caused death through dangerous driving etc and you are imprisoned and you have been given a custodial sentence for more than 12 months 1 year or more for a single conviction of a single offense in the UK or overseas, you are classified as a foreign criminal. So your amount sentence of more than 12 months, you are classified as a foreign criminal. Once you are classified as a foreign criminal, you are very likely to be deported. Uye will sentence now. To me, I say you should be deported to your country. So that is it. Nti saa nipa wei ɛnyɛ sɛ yama ne sentence a ɛnka ebia ɔne ne mu saa till sɛ ɔbɛnya ɛkwan bi a ɔde n'asetena no ɛbɛfa so. But ɔno ne deɛ no because wakɔyɛ offence bi a yɛ sentence no for up to 12 months no ɛhɔ no na ɛsɛ sɛ it is a criminal offence as I say yɛde ne kɔ. So that is deportation. Now, deportation can be revoked anyway, but we'll look at that maybe another day. So, another thing is if a person causes, you've been convicted in the UK or overseas for an offense which has caused serious harm. So, first one is you've done anything which you have been convicted for 12 months, you can be deported. And until UK, please. Yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho nso yie na yɛnkɔ ankɔyɛ biribi a ɛbɛkɔse a sentence of 12 months or more which will lead to deportation. Recently, somebody was deported because he was sentenced to I think 24 months. And as soon as the sentence no and a home office a man a deportation order oni yiri oni ma I'm British and an area British and can't wait me so to argue say because of Niba and an Irenency na and say you didn't echo. But Oniri Oniba on one and Namsan Okoye Bonia Omodino Ako to prison and he was removed from the UK. He was deported from the UK. So let's be careful not to get ourselves into trouble. The other one is obia or persistent offender. Persistent. Bueno, I have another example. Persistent offender. There is this young person, menemono, or no, the sentence no is never more than 12 months. Your man is 6 months. No, akwaba, no, asamba another offense. No, abaton drugs kakra, they did not call 3 months. No, akwaba, no, abe some small, your friend said 9 gram kakra, or the sika, I will never be, not just a yamano, another 8 months. But on there, on track 12 months no. But because he's a persistent offender, always offending, every time offending, Sadi Panus, the Home Office had a deportation order on him. Saying because ukra Ghana passport, ukra indefinite, and the debia bonena we. In fact, or shall see from time or a juvenile or a minor, or under 18 now share bonena say, why ya say dear, we're graduating a woman. Almost say, okay, we've had enough of you. We want to take you back to your country. So Ghanaians, let's be careful in order not to get ourselves into this kind of difficulty. Normally, the Ghana we don't really get ourselves into trouble, but somehow things have changed for the, I wouldn't say for the better, but for the worse. And we are having a lot of our youngsters getting into this sort of difficult situations. Yes, Ramo, I will phone so yeah, not yen check it, yeah, mano. Okay, and it also says a person is a subject of an existing deportation order. Now, obi, yeah, deportation order actually so. Yeah, in fact, yeah, unique Ghana. Nanso, ope kwa fufuro bi so saa na osan ebe pie mu. Okoye application fufuro na won say eye wa na ye yi wo ekoye. Eye dan na osan eba ye. Unfortunately, na osi enye no onye ono but because omo yi ni fingerprint saa na no, it came up say ayo no. Saa ne pay nso he was again deported. So these are some of the difficulties. Now, you're deported one, not say, you have to either apply for the deportation order to be revoked. They have to revoke the deportation order, and now say, over trying, the time of deportation will be over before you can apply to come back to the UK. So the Home Office is deporting people. They are deporting people. You don't want to put yourself in such a situation. Now, another reason people are deported to the UK, to Ghana and other countries is when the court recommends a sanipewe, the subainancy, and also we've had a few encounters like that where people were recommended by the court to be removed or be deported from the UK, and also a issue. So, all in all, a person has been extradited from the UK or is subject to an extradition request. There are also people who can be deported from the UK. So, DJ, I will leave it here. If there are any questions, I will take it. Opia, who involves in a sham marriage? Sham marriage. Aware enya warepa. Home Office for who said aware enya warepa. You've used fake documents. Would you indefinite leave? It has come to light that the documents you used were fake. They can revoke your leave and then they will remove you to Ghana. And DJ Niameke, a idea air kwasu and now make us say people are being removed, people are being deported, people are being removed. Ghanaians are being removed, are being deported because of some of these very things I am reading out. And yes, someone, please let's be careful. Let's take care of ourselves so that we don't get ourselves into these difficulties because and now make us say people are being removed. They are doing it, and to say election, general election in the UK, the government want to be seen to be doing something about immigration, and therefore they are going to up their antenna and start doing it more. They are doing it, they want to go and do it more. Let us be careful to get ourselves out of trouble so that they will not be removed and deported from the UK.
Lawyer, yeah, that's it. Sisi ano, akoye se krobia su deport you.
Serious.
Hey, Arabs no kra su deport Turkey.
Sir.
Yeah, deporting gidi. Oh, Turkey dey crazy o. Omo chichi tuntumfo no sa, anya tuntumfo nko Pakistan fo no sa we mu nyina, omo deport ankasa.
Wow.
Uninkata omo deport me my updates bi ewo sa we no me ne few ones akasa fasa deporting no ewo Turkey ho. But lawyer one mo bobo so yenhwe main we bi ha adwen pa ye. Ehu a he de hye nkrofo mu a omo betu kwan a the way I catch omunya visa wie ni ade na omo ba ehu a amanfo de hye nkofo mu ewo Heathrow airport obi wo mpo a ni bibia mpo ye correct by the one hye ni mu ma we ogweri no na wo popo se na wo popo ani popo gbili ache no ontimi nkasa ona nkasa ne date of birth kwa ontimi mboso ye bisa no kwa because wo broni na wa say sa sika wa nyina atwa plane ticket so no more than say we wo broni u sheki ento to papa so saa na ehu na ere hye nkrofo mu no we pese o psyche nkaka e wo sa angle ene ye main point wo me wie no so another angle na wa bobo so no but he too on because in himself the hard guys immigration hard squad na ko mu he too in our life.
Yes.
All of the mafias na ko mu but omo mu kra other side minim omo mu kra book bia America, almost how on terminal then, America, other way, but in terminal then.
Terminal 2, mostly. American United Terminal 2.
I'm on soft. By ya, free Africa near, you know, terminal 5 on or ship.
Yes.
Now, don't I catch say, do any idea, say a panic. Yeah, I wonder, say, we must be panic, say, it's a limit, do I miss who, everyone, so, you be a quiet to be who on the Muntino, no, I to top up, so.
DJ Midasi, recently, I think about 3 weeks or so ago, now may do Heathrow. Now, may set me passport, now me using e-gates and say, and just one me pay. May do at immigration for border something to declare, whether you have anything to declare, and visa. And see, Lady Barco, I say, oh, hello, sir, good morning. I said, good morning. Where are you coming from? I say, where are you coming from this morning? I said, I'm coming from Newark in the US. Say, have a good day. That's all. Well, I'm beside the but yeah, fit, yeah, to say, Ghana, and it set more attention. I want you so. Even bagger who crack, they are suspicious, say they are cold beans, and into one they will go digging into all your listen. But before you even get to the collecting the baggage area now, you have to go through the border, the checkpoint before you come. There is no reason why you should be afraid. Number one, nipa na owo hono. Ono nso oye nipa te say wa. It's a human being just like you and me. The only difference is that the uniform ashano say umbra ho embe check is say omo amuba hono, amuba UK no, they are coming genuinely. So there is no reason why you should be afraid. No. Number one, don't be afraid. They are human beings just like you and I. Say immigration officer now or check you, and border control officer now or check you. Or Kojaria, or not in Atadians and Ojari, or share suit, and what they share baffle just like you and me. You're China, Moja, and the only difference is he happens to be there and doing his work. You also do your work, do your homework. Make sure, say, your information are correct. The way you dress, your countenance, your demeanor, your composure, your confidence, all this will show, say, you have nothing to hide. But sometimes we are so timid. I said they are literally begging the person, no, 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 be confident. Speak to them. Eye contact. Speak to them one on one. If you don't understand anything, you also ask them questions that, look, I don't get this. Can you clarify this question for me? Ask, engage with them. But say, I'm be 1-2 questions. I'm going to say, or you panic. A honor is like there is something to hide. So please, don't be afraid. They are human beings just like you and I. But the other thing is, as I said, one kasan so we what family wo bano application na we documents are the visa no and now information na we did two form this no. As I said, what can say over 2 weeks? What we do here is say how long are you coming from? We say 4 weeks. Clearly, already what thing? Form no form no one name. It was screen no so bibia one man so and so. We say 2 weeks on the form no so. What we do I say 4 weeks. Already, you have failed. Yabisa say ehin na wo ye dwuma company ben na wo ni omo ye dwuma company na wo ni omo ye dwuma wo nka company anything wo line manager wo nka sika wo je onnim. Please we yes sir just one na wo de wo ho e di emma wo mse ni America no enye no kre eno de o magina so o betwe mu pa ahono na from one question to another question to another question, and then that leads to the possible detention and then the detention removal thereafter. So that is what it is. I would advise that when you get to the airport, be confident, have eye contact. Come on, there's nothing they will do if you interact with them and interact with them without any fears. You should be fine. DJ, it's all about you know your facts and be confident. You should be fine. We should not be afraid of them. They are human just like you and I. Why?
Okay. Okay, so share me lawyer wisdom akao Wiseman solicitors or UK London Dalston McDonald's Junction hall we print house so print visa so I will the print house. Okay, all questions be about obisa na we bisa no first comment section ho wo be about obisa na question time the ba to screen so na we yi mo ano into wo question men twen na e ba be pon e nche be pon in the next area 20 minutes na ya pon into say wo question be about obisa na bisa fast answer na comment section all the typing bibi about obisa na bi obeyi ano into ma me go straight na me omo de omo questions aba na yemfanto screen so na lawyer okay lawyer I'm taking this one from Kweku Nancy.
Hello, Kweku Ananse. It's good to see you again. Thank you, Kweku. I hope you're doing good. I'm a law student and would like to learn under your feet. Pro bono, what is the way forward, please? Currently in England, by the way. Thank you. Yes, please get in touch with the office and you can send your CV to me. Send it to w.akaho at ysmartsolicitors.com. w.akaho at ysmartsolicitors.com. Now, after you send your CV, can you please call the office on Monday at 10:30 and speak to Rosemary, and we can arrange a meeting with you and we take it from there. Thank you for expressing interest in us. Thank you. Prince 2, yes, the second Prince. DJ, please, okay, if a child was born in the UK to a parent who were, or to parents who were on student visas, the child has a British birth certificate. The child is now in Ghana. How easy can this child go back to the UK? Well, it is possible, let me put it that way. If any of the parents remain in the UK and they get their indefinite leave to remain, then that child can be registered as a British citizen. Then they would apply for the British passport for the child after the citizenship application has been successful. So let me say it again. Parents in the UK are students. Child was born in the UK. Child was taken to Ghana. Parents remain in the UK. One of the parents gets indefinite leave to remain. If any of the parents get indefinite leave to remain, then we have to register the child under the British Nationality Act of 1981, Section 1 of the British Nationality Act 1981. The child will get their British citizenship certificate. Once the child gets a certificate, the child is a British citizen. Then we can apply for the British passport for the child to come to the UK. If, however, one of the parents get their 2.5 years limited leave to remain, not the British citizenship or indefinite leave, we can apply for the 2.5 years for the child to come and join the parent in the UK. We can apply for the 2.5 years for the child to come and join the parent in the UK. The child will also have 2.5 years limited leave to enter, just like the parent has. But looking at it from the third angle, the first angle is parents remain in the UK, one of them gets indefinite or both of them get indefinite, child will come as a British. Registered child come as a British. Option 2, parent has 2.5 years, remain in the UK, we can apply for the child under Appendix FM Section EC-C for the child to come and join the parent in the UK. If, however, both parents left back to Ghana, they are no longer in the UK, in that case, the child cannot come back to the UK based on the parents. They cannot come back to the UK based on the parents. The child may have to, when they grow up, they may have to find another option to come to the UK. So that is how it is. There are different areas we can address this from. So we want to know if the parents are still in the UK or they went back to Ghana, or if any of the parents have their 2.5 years limited leave to remain or anything of the sort. I need to know that, and then I can tailor my advice to that particular question. Thank you so much, friends. Bernard Coranting, uh, be very clear to us. The Supreme Court of the UK isn't like Ghana, where bribing and corruption has eaten to the very core of the system. Ghana has no law when the government directs the court. Well, well, I can't, I'm not privy to that. What I'm saying is the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, we have judges who have their heads screwed on, judges who think and implement, and then they they interpret the law as it is. They are not afraid of anyone. They do not care whether you are the who or what. They have gone through schooling. They have been educated. They pay their fees. They have their independence of thought. They are not influenced by anybody. They make their decisions based on the law. They are not influenced by anybody, by nothing. Nothing influences them. So that is what I can say. The UK, they have judges who are independent thinkers. Their thoughts are not influenced by anything else. I don't know about any other country, but for the UK, I can say that that is what it is. Thank you. John Bim Bim, hello. I want to ask what could be the reason why a school in the UK refused to give CAS for visa application after payment of the fees deposit? Well, it is possible that a school may fail to give the CAS confirmation of a center for study. It is possible they can refuse. I have encountered one before. One is the school actually went behind to check the certificate that the individual provided, and they found out that the certificate was fake. The university that the person provided the certificate from, the university said they never issued any such certificate. In fact, Sanipan Wamba School Bikra, University. On that basis, the university in the UK refused to offer the CAS. So I'm sure they will have a reason why they failed or they refused to issue it. Even after the fee has been paid, I'm sure they will give you a reason, or you can ask them why they refused to issue the CAS. But I am very sure they found something or something has come to light. That is why they refused to issue it. Please, when will I get my passport after decision have been made on my application? And will I be notified of it if the visa is granted? What happens is when you make an application to the Home Office, and they will normally collect your passport if it is the first time. Usually, if it's the first time, they will keep your passport. After the decision has been made, they will email you if you made the application yourself. If you made the application yourself, they will email you. If it's your lawyer who made the application, they will email your lawyer up with the decision. After the decision has come, then they will send you the residence card or the residence permit. After you receive the residence permit, they are supposed to return your passport to you or to your solicitor or your legal representative, but sometimes they don't. So you have to write to them or you have to fill a form to request for your passport back. They will not keep it after the decision has been made successfully. They'll return it, but you have to complete returning of your document form, return of document form, and then they'll bring your passport back to you. Sometimes they lose it, and if they lose it, then they will give you a notice. You may have to go and apply for a new one, and they may pay the fee for it. Other times they have it, we just send it back to you. Can a skilled worker, hello, that's Bright Adomako Natson, hi. Can a school worker visa holder come to the UK with his or her spouse at the same time? Yes, it is possible. Now, when you are completing the visa application form for your spouse, they ask you those three questions. It's one question, but with three options. Are you coming with your spouse? Are you coming after your spouse? Or I think the third one is, are you joining your spouse? Or either are you coming after your spouse, or are you joining your spouse? Are you coming before that? I think two or three questions. It is possible that you can come with your spouse, so you can make the applications together. Once you are granted a visa, you can come together. Or the skilled worker gets their visa and then they wait for their spouse to get their visa and then you come together. So when you're completing the spousal visa form, you have to take the correct box and then you continue from there. John, this was the caption from the school. Your application does not meet the Home Office's immigration criteria as outlined by UK Visas and Immigration. All right, I'm not too sure what the criteria they are talking of is because you need to meet, I think, 40 points for English, for maintenance, for the qualification, and I think one other thing, 40 points. So please go back and you can email them again to say which of the uh, criteria you did not meet or the person did not meet. I'm sure they will explain to you that maybe you didn't meet the English or you didn't meet the academic qualification or so. But you go back to yourself, email them. I'm sure they will tell you exactly what it is. They can't just say that without telling you what it is. Yes? Mr. Akofo, Justice, hi. I got married to an EU national in November 2020, but got a document in July 2021. When do I qualify for my indefinite leave to remain, please? All right. If you were in the UK and you got married in November 2020, it means that you became a family member of the EU national from the date of your marriage, which is the date you've stated here 2020 November. So 2025, November 2025, that is 5 years of being a family member of an EU national. Not July 2021, but November 2020. You start counting 5 years from November 2020 and you will get your indefinite leave to remain from that date. Yes. Can you redo a birth certificate in the UK? If possible, how many times? Oh, you mean if the child was born in the UK and you want their birth certificate, why not? You can apply for as many copies as you want. You can apply for as many copies from the registrar as you would like. So that is my answer. But if you are asking me whether you can obtain your birth certificate from Ghana, yes, of course. If you had a birth certificate, the registrar of births and deaths will have it on their record. I am very sure that they will be able to send you the supporting. If you want another copy, I'm sure when you liaise with them, they can reproduce the birth certificate for you. And I think you can have multiple copies if you want it. So, I hold a German passport and want to move to the UK. How do I go about it? Oh, hi. Black G. Now, if you haven't come to the UK already to apply for the EU settlement scheme, then I think that is too late now because there was a deadline for you to have been here, and that should have been on the 30th of June 2021. In fact, you should have been in the UK by the 31st of December 2020 and made the application by the 30th of June 2021. Now, if you were not in the UK by the 31st of December 2020, you don't have any documents to prove that you are registered with a GP, registered with a bank, you have any proof of working, you have no national insurance, You have nothing to prove that you have been or you were in the UK before the Brexit, then I am sorry. You can only come as a visitor. You can come as a visitor, stay in the UK for a visit, and then go back. But if you want to really want to come and stay, then you have to get a sponsor an employer who will sponsor you to come and work in the UK. That is, you come and work for maybe 5 years and then you can get your indefinite leave to remain, but not on the basis of your EU national status, but the fact that you are coming to work. Please, where do we go to seek for the legal advice? I'm not too sure about this question. Where do we go to seek for legal advice? Which legal advice do you mean? Please clarify. Send it to me. I'm sure I'll be able to help you. I have a brother who is 20 years and he's um, rallying to join a lady who is 28 years in the skilled worker visa, on a skilled worker visa. Will the age limit him from getting a visa? Of course not. 20 years is an adult, 28 years is an adult. So they are both adults, consenting adults. There is no age limit for marriage once the individuals are adults. There is no age gap. I always say if you look at the French president and his wife, the age gap between them is vast. So many years between them. The French president and his wife. They are married. They are happily married, I believe. If you look at our dear president, former president of the United States, Donald Trump and his wife, so many years between them, and they are married. So there is no age gap or age limit that you cannot be older than your wife or be older than your husband. There is no such thing. What is required is the genuineness of the relationship, and then you can apply to join your partner here in the UK. Okay. How would you know if the COS is authentic? Well, the COS can be authentic, or you can know. Go online, go to the Register of Skilled Workers Employers, Register of Licensed Employers, Register of Licensed Employers. You will check the company there. When you check the company, be satisfied that it is on the list of the register of licensed sponsors. Now, once you do that, go online and get their telephone number. Again, check if they are registered, a registered company. If they are, or you can check with the company's house as well. You have their registration details there. Now, when they issue you the COS, you will be able to cross-check a few documentations, especially there's supposed to be some reference numbers on it. Please, if I were you, I will call multiple times, speak to different people in that company, make sure I am speaking to the head and not maybe anybody who is going to fake something for me. I have seen one or two where the font size is different. We have Arial A, and then the font size, the typing is smaller than the other parts of the whole letter. The numbers are smaller and different sizes, different font sizes. If you see the email, if you see the COS, straight away something tells you this is not right. Different font sizes. I have one that somebody sent to me recently. I can tell it straight away from the beginning that this is a fake COS. And truly, when they used it, it was refused because the font size of the whole thing, clearly you will see that it was not a genuine document. So yes, there's a bit of homework you can do to check, and I'm sure you'll be able to find out later. Yeah. All right. So Richmond Appear. How do I switch from my student visa to a working visa after school? Now you can get a sponsor. Get a sponsor, and the sponsor, if it's a care worker or any other school worker, they will give you the COS. With that, you are able to apply. Go online and apply, or you can instruct a solicitor to apply for you. But what I always tell people is If you do not have an employer, please go for the 2-year graduate visa route. Be on the 2 years, and that gives you 2 years window to search and research, of course, for an employer. Don't wait for your visa to expire if you do not have an employer to switch to them. Go on the skilled worker visa route. And then you have sorry, go on the go on the graduate visa route. That gives you 2 years, 2 years to explore your options. Don't wait for your visa to expire, please. As a student, when you get, well, the next question is, as a student, when you get your visa to the UK, can you bring your transcript and certificates with you? And what questions do immigration officers ask at the board? Of course, you can bring your your transcript. I came with my transcript and my certificates. Of course, you will need it here. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with coming with your certificate. And in fact, I would recommend that you come with your certificate and your transcript. The immigration officers, they will ask you, of course, maybe the school you're coming to attend, the course you're coming to read, of course, maybe who is your sponsor, maybe who is meeting you at outside at the airport to take you to the university. Do you know somebody here? I mean, things of the sort. You have to know things about your course. The primary reason why you're coming to the school, the UK, is to come and study. So make sure you know about the course. DJ, I think I'll take a few more and I need to go into another program. So, my partner is a British and I am an overstayer. We made an application as unmarried partners, but it was refused. I have the right to appeal. Is it winnable or should I go home to apply? Well, Candy Berry, I will be very, very honest with you. Unless there is something we call EX1, that is exception one, you have a child or your partner has a child, or there is something called EX2, which is exception two, which is a serious, compelling, compassionate medical reason. This application is not likely to succeed. You may have to go back to Ghana. So you have EX1, that is a child, or EX2, which is medical problem. You are not well, sickness, etc. The application is not likely to succeed. You're not likely to win. You may have to go back to Ghana for 1 year before you come back. So that is my response. Hello, Armstrong. I overstayed a visa as some years ago, but went back to Ghana voluntarily. I'm unable to visit my family again after the 10 years. Am I able? Yes, of course. You can visit them again when you apply for the visa and you are given the visa. You say you overstayed and you went back. It means you went voluntarily. Now, if you went voluntarily, you didn't even have to wait for 10 years. If you were banned for 10 years, but if you let yourself, you didn't have to wait for 10 years. You can apply again. Once you meet the requirements, you will be given, and then you come and visit your family. Yeah, my brother. Okay, Mr. Bright, Adomako Natson again. Please, if I travel with my spouse at the immigration, are we going to be asked separate questions or only the main applicant? I would advise you that the two of you should go to the same window. When they call you, go together. And when you go together, the same immigration officer will attend to you. It is most likely that your sponsor, your wife, is going to be the main person who will ask questions, but nothing stops them from asking you questions as well. So go together. When they say the next person, go together to the same window because you are coming as a family and they should process you as a family. And of course, know about each other, know the reasons why you're coming to the UK. Hello, Emmanuel Buachi. Please, I have a kid in Ghana and I'm here with my wife. My wife is my wife is late. Myself is on skilled worker visa. I can't really get it. Okay, okay. Let me say, please. I have a kid in Ghana and I'm here with my wife. Um, on a skill. No, let me go back to that one. I'm sure I'll see. I'll make some. I'll try and get it out. Schoolwork. Can I easily bring my kids here? And what are the things we need? All right. I think he's asking that he's here with his wife, who is a skilled worker. I'm sure he has a different. The children's mother is different, So he's asking if he's able to bring
He said the wife. He said the wife is dependent.
My wife is dependent. So it means he is here with his wife, who is his dependent. Of course, in that case, your application should be straightforward because you and your wife, you are both in the UK, and the kids are your kids. So that should be possible for you to apply for them to come and join you here in the
Lawyer, questions need you ever pon me say bebre ba ya because some from brantem, but ebi mo won so ebia na omo ye new time so kwakoye bibi na ebi mo won so questions omo bisa no ye wo videos no bebre wa ya ye treaties particular questions we anyway nti mo mese bia first time ni akọ YouTube page no so live no so obo say me lawyer e bebre questions ni bebre filler ni bebre wo ho lawyer say ene okọ bebi nti na ka say pon 7 na 7 na no so me pon 45 and lawyers yes we 7 and
give me 1 minute, let me make a quick check. Let me make a quick check.
Okay. So you are joining live on FBTV Africa. We me lawyer wisdom Macau Wiseman solicitors. Mo mo bisa the phone number no. The phone number na there are two screens so by be sign it out bia na. The phone number no so be two screens so na with me a contact no or London. With me a contact no. No office number near there me be two screens so. But me who questions ni be banti bi mo na may jump because we treaty sad no questions ni be anamo ye new nti ebi or ye new nti treaty sa that questions no responding to sa nyama na or videos no wo nti o de me the lawyer e be sa to su bi won call ye so be so check bibi answer am say our next program be o so ye nti no san ka yam pon 45 but me timi holding na to e ko 7 but so check BB says still now time wana you for 7 minutes and answer other questions no na yen sign it out so we intime answer for every Friday bia no Fridays bia no me ne ba 5:30 to 7 me ne ba show so nti so SBTV Africa share live or Facebook page na SBTV Africa na YouTube no on a videos no pa ya me hu say bebre na share short videos no but omo nim say bebe nkai into the short video into no beba oh your videos are short but him say the link to so say click it na share full video na YouTube into the teasers na to TikTok so and Instagram and Facebook short bu short open full video na share oko YouTube channel videos no go pa nti I mean, come back. Let me say, lawyer.
You let me have a few more questions. Now, you tell me,
okay, into my mission, man. Okay, then take it away.
Right. I'll say, I want to ask if you can adopt a baby. As it is, give me 1 minute, DJ. 1 minute, please.
Course neighbor, okay. Lawyer, Mufanche, on so no time no mammy na so. But I'm so no appointment before one course neighbor anti. You bend it. It is not a music channel, so and then first time I'll share SBTV Africa and more kwaba. Your videos no be now a YouTube channel there until you on Facebook teasers short. And na ya de bi bisa say we but short video be edit to obi anso na the link eto so full link no eto so nti bi mo omo nkan mo hwe wi o say o videos no ya short video nso ya the full link na to ho nti so oba say o hwe videos as stories ni ade am for stories explain so to kwan o pe so to kwan abrabo mu nkomo so o pe so hu ne ekoso SBTV Africa page no omo mo hwe ya dia abo ankofo bebre omuti am for stories ni ade o be so oba susu bia my numbers no obetimi link up na wabaso lawyer happy up empty answer question
I want my permission for 10 minutes that I can log into another program. Yes.
Okay.
I want to ask if I want to adopt a baby, is it possible to change the father's name on the birth certificate to yours, or how do you go about it? Yes. Well, if you want to adopt, adopt here. It means you want to make the child become your own child, adopted child. A thing na ɛwɔ ne birth certificate so from birth no, as I said, ɛwɔ so until the adoption procedure goes through. Sɛ ɛno kɔ through where, then the court will then give you the order that this child is now your adopted child. You have the option to keep that child, that name, or you can do a change of name deed for the child to now bear your name. As to changing the name on the birth certificate, in the UK, sɛ obi din ɛba birth certificate so a, ebia maame no woeɛ no, na papa bi din ɛna ɛwɔ birth certificate. Akyire na ɔhuu sɛ ɛyɛ papa foforɔ ɛne abofra papa. Na sɛ wode kɔ with DNA sɛ ɔmo nsesa ɛdin no a, what they would do is, wo a woyɛ biological father no, ɔmo de wo din bɛba the certificate no ase hɔ. But papa na the thing was so from the first one, the ebeda so ɛwɔ hɔ. So you have the option to maintain that name, but change the date of birth. Sorry, not the date of. You can change the child's name to become your name by the birth certificate if you want to adopt it. I am very sure the Ghanaian system will have a way of changing or putting your name on the birth certificate to show that you are the adopted parent rather than the biological parent of the child. Hi, Raymond. What's your advice for an overstayer for more than 15 years who still wants to stay in the UK? Well, if you have overstayed for 15 years, I would want to know, one, do you have a child in the UK? If you have a child in the UK and the child is at least 7 years old, then apply for limited leave to remain based on the child and you will get your leave to remain. If you have a child that is a British citizen, even if it's 1 year old or even 1 day old, again, you can apply for your leave to remain based on your child. That is also the case. If you have a partner and your partner has any serious, compelling, compassionate medical circumstances, and you think that your presence in the UK will support your partner, then you may think of making an application based on your partner. If none of these things exist, then I would say the provision for you will be Appendix PL, that is private life, 20 years to be in the UK. If that happens and you can prove that you've been in the UK for 20 years, you are then able to apply for leave to remain under Appendix PL of the immigration rules. Yes? Thanks. Hello, Rosemary. Can someone with a student visa switch to a skilled worker visa to work and later go to school? No, you cannot switch to a skilled worker visa. That route has been banned. That option has been cancelled. So you cannot switch to the skilled worker route. You have to finish the school, you have to finish the course. And then once you finish, before you will be able to switch to the skilled worker route to work in the UK. And now once you're on the skilled worker route and you want to go back to school, well, of course, you can always go back to school. All right?
Okay, lawyer, time now, so I'm for baby contact. Lawyer contact, I'm be sending our screen, so no, but remember our bonnet office location near there. Sharing so every Fridays via no, many lawyer wisdom account 5:30 to 7 GMT. You see, any UK time you cry the same.
Yeah. Thank you.
Lawyer, Mami John, na kwa yawa de na obetimi the office location at all.
You are the top man. You are a very good man.
I'm the man as always.
You do what you do, and you do it well. You do it so well. Congratulations, and I thank you for everything. It was so nice to see you in the United Kingdom. It was so nice. But Uber in one check. Uber tonight when I do 15 minutes. Next time.
This man, you'll be busy, man. You'll be busy, man. See you. You won't put for my top. This man. Course, no way, friend, no way, back course, way, friend, back course. Me more now, okay, me and say no, we're not training. I mean, so you. I'm sorry for me,
DJ, it was so nice to see you. It was so nice. I'm saying next time we'll hang out more. We'll spend more time. Maybe
we need time.
one weekend, let me know. You just go and sit down somewhere and just chill out. Yes.
And they say you do. I say me no you do me your phones.
Yep, you will do phone. You will do phone.
So where's my solicitors here that say for
Yeah.
address no address the phone numbers the good screens so the office line and the personal number. More person more the question say by na last hour the time aso obetimi a contact no office near the open further we be a obetimi a contact na nyame adom so next week no e beba bi omi ti mo form questions na mrantem na you start ya onsa na mecha last minute ba be pon na fe na ye dey bag the time so it's lawyer for address no to
Did I say why smart solicitors? Why smart solicitors number 18 to 22 Ashwin Street. Here was Dalston, London, E8 3DL. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 The Print House. Dalston, London, E8 3DL. Telephone numbers no and I will screen so no 079 31 411 042. 079-31-411-042. And our office number near +44 20 80 65 20 80 165 384. And I'm remembering the way I like to mention it is 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165-384. And no, and the office number. Please feel free and call. We'll be more than happy to assist you as best as we can. We are here to direct, to assist in accordance with the rules, so that Obia in difficulty. Who are UK? Now when you sit now, it is difficult. It is difficult. There are a lot of people who are very talented, but because someone else is Nancy, there are a lot of things you can do. If you man can answer set under normal circumstances where you know, I don't know about for you because when you sit now, as I said, as I said, we and say if you need advice, you need anything, call us, come in, sit down with us, we'll direct you, we'll use the rules and the laws to direct you to get yourself sorted in accordance with the law. Let that one say, you were McDonald's, Dawson, you were just behind the McDonald's, directly behind the McDonald's. You Ben Dawson Market, you know, a hop and near walk. So, we do Dawson Market, Wako, Ajuaho, and now Money Matters. And not any of the Ghanaian shops, Kono, Mohammed, more Dawson Market, when only Ghanaians, a big Ghanaians. So, be success, here, lawyer wisdom, and a wise man solicitors. Omudi ye contact the mouth. Wapa, yeah, sure, come on. Have a blessed weekend. DJ, I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
Okay, lawyer wisdom account, that's it. Wise man solicitors, then I say, Onyamre, on it, what the BBA brain. But the man, some join the SVTV Africa, Mamma Shea, and then you know, Madam say, Kwame Francis, me da say, Nana, Kojo, Jachi, me da say, Febi Norman, me da say, Buff TV, me da say, Daddy Ofuriata scans